Hello, my audience. I'm trying to remember how many movies I'm trying to count how in my head how many I planned on reviewing in this video. In one video. I'll just tell you the movies, okay? I plan on reviewing Avengers Infinity War, 3 Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland's ones, and Civil War. Captain America Civil War, okay? So that's 5 movies for the price for one video I'm reviewing in this video. So I give Avengers Infinity War 7 out of 10. It's just 1 point above average because I mean, I don't hate it. It's not, I don't love it. It's complicated. It's not one of my favorite movies. It's not even one of my favorite action films of all time because I think it's, you know, how it pays off is a hit or miss in some things. Like some just feels like they were like killing it and worked hard, but it seems to feel like they're half-assing it in some things. Like I feel like this movie is a mixed opinion of ideas because I feel like a lot of this movie is stupid. One of the things that was odd, how Black Widow didn't want to just kill the aliens and wanted to live the aliens off for a warning, which doomed the Avengers in hindsight. So you could argue that Black Widow's even dumber than Thor now, because she got everyone dusted on the planet due to her incompetence and gone soft. Maybe if it was Captain America that wanted to deliver that line instead of Black Widow, I could buy that, but no, I don't buy that. It's stupid. That's the one to be like something Black Widow will say. She just shoot the motherfucker. The core alien where it stands. That's what you should have done. Let's kill the aliens. And Thanos says, you know, they're playing because they're bloodthirsty psychopaths. You can't play nice with bloodthirsty psychopaths. You have to play dirty a little. When it comes to, like, you know what Thanos is on. But, it was, you know, who could have seen it coming? Oh, wait, I kind of saw it coming. Because, well, if you know, like, how this story ends in the 616 universe, and, this is an adaptation of Infinity War Gauntlet Saga. Named the Infinity War Gauntlet is storyline from 616, one of the more popular stories. And, you know, the Avengers really do suck in this movie. As Lane, yeah, not the performance like really good as they used to would be. Like Mark Ruffalo looks like he's not even trying more in this movie at this point in his career, and neither Scarlett Johansson want to try, and neither does Chris Evans want to try, and neither does anybody want to try, with the exception of a Vision, and maybe Elizabeth Olsen as, you know, playing Wanda, her version of Wanda. Different than 616 Wanda. Because that you probably didn't know is the daughter of Magneto. Wanda is in the comics. Is the bloodline daughter of Magneto, related to Magneto, because he is the father of Wanda and Pietro. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. And, a lot of people probably didn't know that because, well, the popularity of the MCU is so popular, so probably overshadow the popular mythology of, like, 616 comics, so wouldn't be surprised. So yeah, Infinity War gets a 7 out of 10. Now I'm going to give Captain America Civil War a 7 out of 10. Well, I gotta admit, we have another lame-ass design looking of a villain. Or a lame villain that's just another relatable dude, guy, business guy, dude, I don't know what his name is. He's called Zemo, but instead of being the Zemo from the 616 comic, but you know, an evil villain, he's just related to a sympathetic guy that lost his family in Sokovia. I mean, with the Avengers kicking ass in the Age of Ultron offense, you know, blah blah blah. Who gives a fuck? So he wants the Avengers to kill each other and divide, split up. It works, kind of. Not killing them, but splitting up works temporarily. But they'll get back together in Infinite War for one more round. Blah blah blah. But they kiss up and make up. An apology, half-baked letter to Tony Stark sent by yours truly, Captain America, the First Avenger. You don't say saying in person or over the phone or send him a letter and then give him a little phone call gift. Like, because he gave him also a private phone that leads to him directly to Steve Rogers' phone number if he needs help with Steve Rogers, anybody. So blah blah blah. That's where it ties into Infinite War, where Banner makes the call instead of Tony, because Tony had to go into space and Banner stayed on Earth. Of course. So, anyway, the story is just unimaginative, bland, mediocre, dumb, retarded, stupid. A lot of the characters that were like, creative characters, they're just interested in talking about politics, and instead of going into superhero fights, a lot of them, half of the Avengers team, this is stupid. Who cares? Not interesting topics, talking, listening to the conversations. I want to see explosions. They can't make interesting conversations or funny dialogue, so just give me more actions. But the actions, luckily, it's more at the end and the beginning, a little in the opening, and some in the middle here and there. Sprinkled throughout the film. In the middle amount of action, and the halfway middle second act of the movie. You know, it's like one after the opening, and as it slows down, after the Avengers blow up a building because Scarlet Witch couldn't hold the bomb in time. Blah blah blah. She gets on House of X with Vision, blah blah blah, who cares? Then breaks free with the Avengers airport fight. It happens, and this cool airport fight at the airport. That's cool. And the final fight at the end, that was cool. With Captain America and Tony. But a lot of it was kind of dumb, lame, unimaginative, boring, shit, bland, visually stunning, flat, a lot of the times. when it was just talking and talking. Oh god, I think this had more talking than the Matrix 3 Revolution. So that's why I give this a 7 out of 10 Captain America Civil War. And I give Tom Holland's Spider-Man Homecoming a 7 out of 10. And No Way Home, the third installment, a 7 out of 10. Far From Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, a 7 out of 10. That's the first sequel. With Mysterio. Played by Gyllenhaal. I give all three of them each installments to Spider-Man 3 trilogy, each installment trilogies to the Spider-Man Holland's run, a 7 out of 10. 1 point above mediocre. Look, Holland's a fine actor. I think he was a great choice to play Spider-Man. Like, him and Andrew Garfield were really good choices to play Spider-Man. He doesn't suck like Maguire does. But I wish he wasn't given such a mediocre, lackluster script for all 3 installments. I wish there was he got a better story where he could actually show his acting chops as Spider-Man and see how great he is at because he can pull off the comedic side well and the emotional serious moments as well as what that Spider-Man's done for. He can pull off both the comedic side of Spider-Man very well and when he's given to, or when he's like given to play the emotional, serious moments with Spider-Man. Well, he can do both, you know. But so yeah, that's something that Maguire never had from his run. He never could get the hang of his shitty performance because he phones it in. I'm guessing it's because he doesn't care about Spider-Man. He's just doing it for a paycheck. And that's my thoughts on Maguire's performance from his trilogy. And that's the only downside of Spider-Man 3 was Holland's run, that Maguire reprised his role from his universe Spider-Man and makes a multiverse crossover event with Holland and Andrew. I can't help but feel like that's when the movie's just getting worse. I mean, you bring in more characters in at the end point. It seems like desperation. Is when they bring the last 2 Spider-Mans at the end. Is like, it feels like a little bit desperate. Like they don't know what they're doing. And I felt like because he did that and had this was a multiverse, we kind of shortchange developing Holland Spider-Man because it was a multiverse event. There was so much multiverse, like, cosmic events after the other in action. It really gave us time to flesh out and mature Holland Spider-Man. So, yeah, when he got Aunt May killed, and I thought it was kind of stupid how she just doesn't collapse first after getting impaled. She's all jokery and all have energy. It kind of reminds me of that death scene in Alien 4. You know that Alien movie where, like, you know, the guy gets sucked, he gets the sucky face on his face, and then, you know, the alien is obviously going to pop out of his chest, but then instead of you know, making him feel sick, he has this burst of energy and beats up, and then holy fuck, alien pops out of his chest. That kind of reminds me of that death from Alien 4. The one after Alien 3 where they kill off the main character. And that alien popped out of her chest and she died by suicide. Because the alien was looking to pop out of her chest anyway by any moment. And when she was... that's why I remember Alien 3, you know? And, that's what the anime death reminds me of. The alien death, laughable death that Doug Walker poked fun of one of his best nostalgia videos of that alien death scene from the fourth Alien movie. Is what anime's death reminded me of. It was fucking hilarious. Unbelievable fake. Her death scene alone, the fact that it was just that laughable, makes me think that this is the worst Spider-Man movie in the Holland trilogy. I think Spider-Man Homecoming and No Way Home with Mysterio were two better Spider-Man movies than the one with Aunt May's death, because the death was just too fucking stupid and fake performance. Obviously. Hilarious. Yeah, she delivers the iconic language, great power comes great responsibility. I'm just going to say it. That should have been Uncle Ben. I know he doesn't exist in time, but they should have rewritten him. They should have worked around, reworked they should have made him an army to get an item in the beginning of the trilogy, and then kill him off in the third ending, where No Way Home ends on. Because I'm just saying, this was obviously going to be a... So I'm saying this just makes more sense that way. But, yeah, an anime is kind of a chattering ditz in this trilogy, and a bit of a horny lady flirting with everyone and probably banging a lot of chicks by guys. That's a chick. I wouldn't be surprised how much... But she just flirts with everyone as a grown man. Just like, yeah, she's a bit of a slut, okay, maybe? Or a bit of a flirt, whatever you call it. Maybe not a slut, more of a flirt. Yeah, I mean, it comes across. A big, flirty, horny flirt. With tons of guys around. That's probably why Happy never, lasted long with Aunt May. Because they broke up in the third one. Spoiler. Go figure, you know? So, that's why I give Spider-Man Tom Holland's trilogy a 7 out of 10. So, yeah, that's it of my video I have to talk about in this review video. That's all, folks. Goodbye. Subscribe. Like this video, please. Till next time.